Are you thinking about getting a piece of upholstery secondhand, but you're worried about how to clean it and whether or not you can clean it good enough to bring it into your house? Well, today I'm going to share the process that I go through if I decide to buy something used that's upholstered and show you exactly how I clean it. Some upholstered furniture will have a tag on it that indicates whether or not it can be cleaned with water. But a lot of times when I find something, it doesn't have that tag on it, so you just have to guess. And my philosophy is I will clean a small area of it, and if I don't know what the fabric is, to see if that changes or bleaches out the fabric in any way or leaves a brown ring if I clean it with some water. If I can't clean it with some kind of water, there's a solvent that you can clean it with, but I haven't cleaned any furniture with solvent. I've only cleaned this water-based way. So first I'm going to start off with showing you a before picture of this. This is a hassock. This is secondhand, but it did come from my dad's memory care facility. So there is literally no telling what has been on this. And well, there is telling, but I'm not going to tell you. So it's dirty. And the first step is that I'm going to thoroughly vacuum it. I want to use something that has an upholstery attachment if I had it, but I don't. So I'm just going to vacuum it thoroughly first before I do anything. The second step is I make a cleaner, and I just use a spray bottle that's empty, and it's 1 part water, 1 part alcohol, so equal parts alcohol and water, and then a squirt of Dawn dishwashing liquid. I'm pretty sure that this is a performance fabric, a micro suede upholstery. Shake that up. Then I'm going to thoroughly spray the whole piece with this, and hopefully, there we go. If I had a question about whether this was a fabric that could be cleaned with water, I would maybe try to test a small piece on the bottom where it's not as visible first before I sprayed the whole thing. Then I'm going to take a brush and just kind of brush the cleaner in. The final step in the cleaning is to go over it with something like a little green machine that's an upholstery cleaning machine. And I'm sorry, I am seriously hot because my office in the summer is really hot. You might not get this sweaty doing it, but I don't have any air conditioning on, and it's Dallas. So here we go. If I see any parts that still are dirty, I'll go back and respray them with my alcohol and Dawn and water mixture. Like these buttons are just really dirty. So I'm going to spray them a second time. So the last step that I like to take is to take a clean microfiber cloth and blot out as much of the water as I can. And then I let it sit overnight, and occasionally I will go back to it and re-clean a spot if it didn't come out. And then I can also go around these buttons, which, to be honest, are the dirtiest part of this. And I might have to go back and clean the buttons again because they just trap so much dust down in there. The last thing that I'll say about cleaning the upholstery is that if I was going to buy something secondhand, I would always think, would I be willing to reupholster this? Because there's always a chance that you're not going to be able to get it clean. You can always reupholster something if you don't like the way it cleaned up. And I have done that with some chairs, my dining room chairs that I bought. I had them reupholstered, but I didn't even try to clean those. I just knew that I liked the style of the chair and I would like it with a different upholstery. That's something to think about. If you don't like the way the piece turned out, you can always get it reupholstered. And that's not cheap, but in many cases, it is less expensive than finding a brand new piece, which sometimes is not as high quality construction as some of these older pieces. That is how I clean my upholstery, and this came out pretty good. So this is what it looks like. Let me know what upholstered pieces you've thrifted and what you did with them. And if you want to check out another video where I talk about my favorite thrifted items, check out this video.